I was just sitting at school on January 6th and was in class when I got a call from my mom telling me that we were being evacuated and that there's a fire in the Palisades. We'd previously been evacuated for the Malibu fires in December, so I wasn't extremely worried given that we would get evacuations a lot, but nothing ever actually happened.
Being on the Palisades fire was probably the most emotional fire I've ever been on. We were some of the first people going in when the call came out, and we're in traffic trying to get in while everybody's trying to get out. There's little kids like coming down the road trying to be guided by their teachers and such, and they're like crying. There's ashes raining down on us while all this is happening. There's people walking out. They're leaving their cars in the road and they just have like a couple boxes under their arm and their dog on a leash or something, just like whatever they could carry that meant the most to them. Things were just going up so fast around us. Like you were cut in line around this apartment complex to stop the fire from getting to it, and we stopped it from that area, but then we look up the hill and there's a house going up in flames there, and then you look across on the next mountain ridge, houses just going up there, and the winds were so crazy that day. By the nighttime, you look at the mountainside and it just looks like stars going by because the wind's just blowing embers everywhere, and it's just like glitter getting thrown across the mountain.
So less than 7% of firefighters are female, and the incarcerated firefighter population is a new thing. It's been very taboo for many, many years. In California, CAL FIRE has been sort of the first group to be able to do it. U.S. Forestry also has hired formerly incarcerated, but there's never been a program for all females. And so it was something that I was very passionate about, was to make sure that it's equitable, that women are able to have the same access. I'm very grateful to the county for allowing me to do this, because we don't want to have another January where we don't have enough people to respond and there's a shortage. And so starting with the county, moving through all the cities and getting our folks ready to respond to being first responders.
All resources are being released. I assume you'll be the last one off the hill.
I got sentenced to 10 years, which is the maximum time that they could give me. But because of percentages, I only served 3 years, 2 months. And I did 2 years and 2 months of that in fire camp. I went out with a friend one day, and it was one of those day drinking kind of days, and so I made a point, like, I'm not gonna drink a whole lot today because I'm driving and I need to take care of him. And so I had 2 beers that day. On the way home, he goes to sleep in the passenger side, and I reached for something in my car. And when I went to reach, I just barely crossed the line, and I hit a parked vehicle, and all the impact was on his side of the car, and he didn't have a seatbelt on. And so he did not survive the accident. Because I'd had the 2 beers, it added a criminal aspect to the accident, so I got charged with gross vehicular manslaughter with intoxication.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
What a lot of firefighters feel is that feeling of not doing enough. Like seeing the amount of loss that happened, the amount of houses that actually burned, and just wishing that we could have done more. And so it's depressing for us too, because though we didn't lose anything, we feel like it's our responsibility to save those things. People are always coming to you and be like, oh, thank you so much, like, appreciate the work you do. And you want to feel like you earned that, So when you come off of a fire like that, you don't feel like you earned it. You feel like, no, I'm sorry, like, I wish I could have done something more.
My name is Maria Morales, and I am 33 years old, and I'm Puerto Rican. I love everything about firefighting. And not like to be like a jerk to anybody else, but I felt like this was made for me. Just because the day we moved in here was my birthday. It was March 16th. And when people found that out, they were just like, oh my God, that sucks. And I was like, no, it actually doesn't. This is the best birthday present I've ever had. I really didn't have consistency. I was always moving around. So like I had to figure out how to do everything. I won't get into too much detail, but basically my mom was murdered in '99. And my aunt and my grandma came, grabbed me, my brother, and my nephew, and then like, I don't know, like 6, 8 months in, she didn't want us anymore. She kept my nephew, but she didn't want me and my brother anymore, so she told my grandma that she wanted to put us into foster care, and my grandma told her no, and then she waited till my grandma went to go do her errands, and she had a social worker come pick us up. And that's how my foster care experience started.
Can I go grab this? I'm dropping my package. Does anybody want this?
If I could speak to my past self, I would tell her she's a lot stronger than she thought she was, because I'm here. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm requesting 1 engine and 1 hand crew. I.C. Gonzalez, engine 661 en route. What are your commands?
It's a job that most people wouldn't be able to do. And they are sometimes trapped between 2 fires, and sometimes they're out there over 24 hours, nonstop with no rest, trying to get a bite if they can. And it's incredibly hot, and their feet hurt, and their body hurts. And it's also learning how to just live in community, learning how to fight demons and still be strong and show up every day, learning how to deal with trauma, learning how to take accountability. So there's been a lot of growth in each of them. I'm super proud of them.
I think they're gonna say, hell